Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is going to be me reflecting a little bit on my own situation right now, where I'm about a month away, a little bit more than a month away from my 40th birthday. And I must say there are a few events that have been happening and that are going to happen that are sort of all feeding into this whole feeling of, wow, Leorah, you're getting old. And yes, I know my audience. I know that most of the people who are watching me are probably 30 plus and even 40 plus or even 50 plus. So I know I have a more mature audience, and you, in all your kindness, you will probably say to me in the comment section, girl, you're young, don't worry. And I know, like, in the grand scheme of things, I know, but still there are just so many things that are right now happening, and I just want to share that with you because it is also a lifestyle channel, and I'm just sharing my heart and my life a little bit. And yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. So if you're up for that, then just keep on watching. So me wanting to make this video was actually triggered by a lot of things. First of all, tonight we're going to go to a wedding, my husband and I, and when we thought about who this wedding is for, we realized that the groom is actually someone that we went a couple years ago, when we were already married. We went to his bar mitzvah, which was when he was 13. So we thought, wow, what happened? Where did all those years go? Why is he already legally allowed to get married? Because his bar mitzvah was like 5 minutes ago. So I'm sure that a lot of people can relate to that when you look back, everything looks like it's going so fast, and everything goes by so fast, and it's really like time is slipping like sand through your fingers, and you can't hold on to it. You cannot hold to anything. And right now that scares me because you know what? I feel like I have just found, like maybe a year ago, I just found where I wanted to be. And now I feel, wow, I found myself so late in my life. I know that there are people who find themselves when they're 60 or 70, and I'm not comparing myself here to anyone. I'm just saying what I'm feeling is, wow, if I could have found myself at age 20, wouldn't that have been great? And I realize that there are not a lot of people who find themselves when they're 20, and there is really so much truth to that youth is wasted on the young. Because when I think about that, I really, the first 30 years of my life, I just wasted them. And it's such a shame. I was just so busy with so much stupid stuff, you know, that is so wasted. And I wish I could just make all my choices again with what I know now, and all my, set the tracks, you know, with the tracks for my life in a different way, with the knowledge I have now, and with a more clear vision of what is really important or not, and also with thinking less hormonal, maybe, you know. So I just wish I could do so many things over, you know, but I know that we are all in the same boat. I know my mom already said that, my sister, who is 13 years older than me, she says the same thing. So I'm just basically joining into the choir of all mankind who says that, wow, it feels like life is speeding up, and with every year that goes by, it goes faster and faster, and you feel like you're in a hamster wheel. And the I don't know, the festivals, the yearly festivals, whatever that is for your religion, they keep rolling around, and it's just going faster, and your birthday comes always, like, it's always closer, that your birthday is there again. So now on the 16th of August, I'm gonna have my 40th birthday. I am in absolute utter disbelief that this is happening, because I remember that yesterday I was 16 and I thought turning 20 is going to be the end of the world. I remember that. I remember a conversation that I had with my brother, who was 2 years older, and we were saying the same thing, like, when you hit 20, this is it. You know, your life is over. From then on, the boring stuff starts. And I mean, only teenagers can say something like this. But in a lot of ways, I do feel that the life is, or the substance of life, whatever we have here in this world, is running through my fingers, and the only comfort I have is that we actually do have the world to come, and I firmly believe in that with this life, my life is not going to be over. Anyway, so just saying that as a like a whole package thing around what I'm actually going to try to say. So while my husband was gone, and if you are following me for a while, then you know that a couple weeks back my husband was on a business trip for 2 weeks, and one morning during that time I was sitting here and I was not filming, I was just doing my makeup, and I was looking in my magnifying mirror and I saw my first gray hair, which was like right here. I was like, no, this cannot be happening, you know. And I know having your first gray hair at age 39, almost 40, is not so bad. My sister, for example, she turned gray at the beginning of her 30s, and she had to color her hair because she's not covering her hair also. So she colored her hair, and she is 50 plus. I don't remember. She's 50 plus. And she just now stopped coloring because she has done like 20 years of coloring her hair, and she's sick and tired of it, and she let the gray come out, and now I still cannot wrap my head around it that she has gray hair now, because she's my sister. How can that be? You know, she looks old. Suddenly when you have gray hair, you look much, much older. That's how I feel. Anyway, so I'm not going to color my hair because I'm covering my hair. I don't need to do that. But anyway, I'm not ashamed of it, and that's why I'm sitting here and I'm saying the way it is. All right, so but still, that was just one more thing that added to this. Wow, Leorah, you're turning 40 and you have your first gray hair. And then I'm also right now, Tekoa, you know, my little baby, who is not a baby anymore, I just call him the baby. He is gonna be 3 years old 2 days after my 40th birthday, and so that means that he's going to get his first haircut. So in Judaism, the boys have their first official haircut, which is called Hallel, when they turn 3. And then they officially wear a kippah, a head covering. So my kids always do that already beforehand because I'm training them to be okay with it, to learn how it feels to wear a kippah. But anyway, so officially they do that from age 3. So that is another thing. My smallest child is going to have his halakha, and if you have had that experience, then you know that the child looks for you in your inner eye as a mother. It looks like a baby before the halakha, and when the child gets off the chair after the haircut, it looks like a little boy, like a boy that is not a baby anymore. And I fear that moment so bad. I fear it, I really do, because he's my last one, you know, with my 3, not want to exaggerate here, my 3 other boys, I always knew that there's going to be another one, you know, but this time I know it's the last one. I'm firm on not having more kids, because I have 7, I had them in 9 years, I did my part, I'm spread so thin already that I cannot possibly have more. And yeah, so anyway, I feel that this is again another chapter closing, because I'm not going to have that anymore. I will have that, God willing, when my grandkids have their halakha, their first haircut. But for myself, for my children, this is the last one. And then next March, my oldest son will have his bar mitzvah, which is again a big milestone. And also back to Tekoa now, the baby. My youngest one, I'm potty training him right now. So my last kid is getting out of diapers, you know. I was longing to have a diaper-free home for so many years, and now that it's actually happening, I fear that moment that I'm closing this chapter. Do you know what I mean? It's just a lot. It's a lot right now, and I've been going through quite a bit of anxiety about this in the last weeks, and I think it was also connected to all my final exams and the whole stress and my husband not being here. And honestly, when he is not around, I just feel like my safety net is gone, because I just love it to not be alone. I hate being alone, and I know a lot of women who have traveling husbands. It sounds funny, but husbands who travel regularly regularly for like longer amounts of time, that is not just like a long weekend or something, they say, well, I'm so happy for those weeks when they are gone, because I finally can get something done in the house and I can sort of rule my own kingdom without having to explain or to whatever. And yes, but still I cry every single time. Even after 15 years, I cry every single time that he leaves me. I hate it. I still beg him every single time not to go, even though it's totally unfair because he has to go. It's his job. But anyway, I just, you know, that's what it is. I just need him. It's, yeah. Okay, husband, if you're watching this, don't be embarrassed, okay? So anyway, I'm in this whole thing of finding myself and finding my place in this life, even though it is sort of already starting to be the second half of my life, and all of this freaks me out like nothing else. But I know that I'm on a good stretch. I'm doing well. I'm doing physically, I'm doing okay. I'm going through challenges there too, but I think we can work it out. And I think I also have to make maybe a new video about like eating habits and stuff like this, because as you maybe noticed that I have become a little bit fuller than I used to be. I noticed that the other day when I was editing a Rapunzel video and I was including the cards, you know, of the videos that I'm including for people to also watch. And it was the Pirate's Charm video, where I included the video of the color wheel that I had done, I think back in January. And I looked at the video and I thought, wow, back in January, my face was so much slimmer. It's crazy. But yeah, I mean, I had to gain weight, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it maybe in a different video. But there is always the challenge of not gaining too much. And, you know, it's very, very hard to find a balance. But that's besides the point. But that's just one of the issues that I'm also trying to battle, and still trying to gain balance, and gaining balance in aging, and aging properly, and letting it happen, but still be okay and be myself, and not losing myself in all of this, and still going for my dreams and going for what I want to be. So there is so much pulling in different directions that it is a challenge. And I would love it if you are maybe a little bit older and you have gone through this, then if you could just share with me in the comment section what your advice would be, you know? So I know I'm in God's hands, whatever happens, but still I'm a human, and I'm living in this moment on this earth, and I have to deal with what is happening now and what I'm feeling now. And it doesn't help me to say everything is gonna be okay. Yeah, it probably will be, but right now I'm turning 40, and and that is a big number. I remember when I turned 30, and the evening before, my dad was still alive, and my dad and my mom had come from Germany to visit, and they wanted to spend that time with me, and he was teasing me like crazy the whole evening before that I'm gonna turn 30, because for him, he was by then, he was already, how old was he? He must have been something like 70 or something. And for him, it was ridiculous that I was even thinking about this. And also my husband, he's 21 years older than I am. So I am in the position that I'm always going to be his young wife. No matter how old I get, I'm going to be always his young wife. So that is nice. But also he doesn't understand that I'm fussing about it, because he turned 40 and he didn't even think about it. He didn't even like bat, how do you say that? Bat an eyelash? Does one say that? You know, like he didn't waste the thought on this. But maybe that's also, maybe men are a little bit more, I don't know, distanced from things like this, and we women maybe define ourselves more through all of these things. But yeah, so these are a little bit, you know, in a nutshell, my thoughts about this. And I have something really, really nice coming up. among other things, I want to do a video, and I think maybe that I'm going to do that in honor of my birthday. Of course, I'm going to have to pre-film it because I think my birthday is going to be on a Friday. So maybe I'm going to release it a day early because Friday videos don't get any views. So that would be a shame, because this is going to be a big one, because I just found out maybe 2 months ago about my heritage, where I actually come from, because my mom is very much into searching her ancestry, and also my oldest brother, and they sort of have paired up and they found out amazing stuff, and I want to share that. And I'm gonna make a big deal out of this, because it is a big deal, because I'm not gonna tell you now. But it's huge. I almost fell off my chair when my mom sent me the documents. So anyway, amazing. So 16th of August is my birthday, and this video is probably gonna come up on the 15th. Can't wait for this. I can't wait to film it. I haven't filmed it yet. Anyway, so this is it. This is what concludes the video. Please feel free to share if you have any wisdom to share on the subject. And besides that, I just hope we can all learn. If we're not already there, then maybe we can just all learn to accept ourselves, accept the changes that happen in our lives, the chapters that close, the chapters that closes. Those, I don't know how to say that. The chapters who close, the chapters that open, and that in all of that we'll just find our middle and be okay and with ourselves, be okay with our surroundings and between us and God, and see that it's all good. It's all creation. This is how it was supposed to be, and it all leads up to the final destination, and I'm not scared of that. So that is good. And yeah, I'm sure I'm going to talk more about this as the time goes on. I hope you did enjoy the video though, and if you're new here and you liked my thoughts, or maybe you just want to give me a chance and think maybe Leorah will do better next time, then subscribe to my channel. And if you're not new here and want to give the video a like, then please do so. Leave your comments in the comment section, and I will see you here for my next video, which is going to be undoubtedly very soon. And I love you so much. Hugs and kisses. Bye.